Yo, what's good, YouTube? So another thing I do, other than weightlifting, of course, is I train for arm wrestling. I'm an amateur arm wrestling competitor. So today is a day where I'm gonna walk you through my arm wrestling routine and how I train for it. So this lift here is pronation. So pretty much you can do this with like a taekwondo belt too, but I just use a regular strap. I bought this from Amazon, arm wrestling training strap with a carabiner, and then it comes with this kind of peg. You put weights on there. I mean, you could do this on a cable pulley too. It will work just as well, but this is like how I like to do it. Hook around. This is the first warm-up set with 10 pounds. Usually 20 reps just to warm up. And those of you that know arm wrestling or have seen it or have heard of it, um, pronation is probably one of the most important things you need to win matches in arm wrestling, which I'm pretty good at that. It's pretty much the movement when you're gripping up with someone and you're going like this. So you're pretty much breaking through their finger containment. So that's what I'm training right now. Probably do 10 to 12 reps with this. Usually I'll work up to maybe 3 or 4 25s of this. So again, I'm pretty weak right now, so I'm just getting over a really bad flu I just got over. So I'm not gonna go too crazy. Probably the first 2 to 3 weeks on everything. I gotta build my strength back up. We're gonna do about 10 reps with this. So here we go. I've been arm wrestling now for going on 4 years now, I believe. I started I've been doing it all my life, but like not professionally, but learning it as an actual sport and learning the movements and how to perform them in the gym and techniques and perfecting it. Probably have been doing it since 2022, I want to say. I started in June or July of 2022, really doing it on the table with the guys and practicing. So yeah, we're going on 3 years now of arm wrestling. So July will be 3 straight years of pulling, and I'm decent. I'm amateur. I won some second place medals, some thirds, some fourths. Haven't won first though yet. I got close, but there's just a lot of strong guys out there, and once you think you're strong, there's someone comes along and they're just that much stronger. So it's crazy. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's getting heavier for sure. Oh. 4, Whew. Whew. I don't want to push it to injury levels where I'm in pain for like weeks after that. Uh, and so we're gonna go ahead and add 5 more pounds and do one last heavy set on this. Oh, oh yeah. Oh. Oh man, the left didn't even really have anything in there in the tank for that one. All right, so this is the second movement. I actually have never done this one this way before. For those of you guys that know arm wrestling or follow it, probably know who Hermes Gasparini is. He's the probably number 3 or 4 arm wrestler in the right hand right now in the world. I saw this exercise off of his page, so I'm gonna give it a shot. This works like the rise, which is this movement in arm wrestling, like pulling toward you. So it's more like bicep focused. But you essentially start like this and you lift this way. And you can go pretty heavy on this. So we'll see what I can work up to. It's just a 25 here. So this will be like the first working set. So we start here and we go. First one, I'm just going to do 12, and then on the rest, I'm going to do probably 8 reps would be the most, 5 to 8. Yeah, I got to say, I really enjoy arm wrestling. It's probably, other than lifting weights, it's literally the best hobby and other passion that I have. I think it's such a interesting sport. Like it's getting more popular now and getting more mainstream. Before, nobody cared about it really. Now it's getting more popular because of Devin and Larry Wheels and all these big names pushing it, which is awesome. I just feel like if something like Power Slap, where people literally fucking punch each other till their brains are fucking mashed potatoes, is something that's that popular, I think arm wrestling should be right up there, in my opinion. But I think the fact is, Power Slap is something that's so stupid that like and dangerous that's why it draws in so many crowds. Arm wrestling, it's cool, but nobody's getting really that hurt at the end of the day if they know what they're doing, especially on the pro level. Like you don't see a lot of snapped bones or arms or nothing crazy. I kind of can understand why it's not as popular as maybe some would like it to be. But I definitely feel like right now it's definitely growing. It's getting there. It'll take some time before it's really, really probably like a household name. But I feel like it's getting there slowly, which is awesome. Oh. Whew. The goal for me with arm wrestling is to I want to compete at the pro level eventually, and I have pulled like pro level guys, and the strength level is just so different. It's such a it's so different that like even just for example, just even amateur division is so strong, you know. But here's the thing about arm wrestling, like they don't have really strong rules when it's not at the really highest level, right? So what I mean by that is if you're at an amateur contest, a guy from pro can come and pull amateur and he could have been a pro for 20 years and nobody will say anything, which is super unfair because then it's, if a guy is doing amateur his first like year, let's say, he's still trying, a guy from pro that's been a pro for 6, 7 years, competed in pro, won pro, feels bored that day and goes, he's like, "Oh, I just want to beat everyone in amateur." Like, I don't know why people do that, but people do that for some fucking reason. I have no idea why. That's like the only bad thing about all that, I would say, for arm wrestling wise. Oh, two is all I can get. Whew. Let's see what the left can do. Oh, only could really do maybe like one and a half with the left. And my left elbow has also been in pain for months and months, like even before I got sick. So next movement we're gonna do for arm wrestling specific is gonna be like a preacher curl, sitting down on the bench. I'm going to about 90 degrees and then curling up. Um, this is more like a defensive thing when you're in a hook position or in a hook battle with someone. Let's say they break your pronation and you're stuck here, right? You're really you're relying on your bicep to hold that from you getting pinned. So you're defending this way. So this is more like I'm working on defense, not offense. The other first two exercises were more like offensive based. This is more defensive. Again, this is not like bodybuilding stuff. This is literally arm wrestling training. This is nothing to do with contracting the muscle or none of that. This is purely arm wrestling specific training. Not to say that it won't build muscle or make you stronger. All these movements will make your arms stronger and bigger. So nice little warm up there with the 30 pounds. Another thing I totally forgot to do is put fat grips on. Doing this with fat grips makes it so much harder. And in arm wrestling, you actually want thicker handles to train the grip and finger strength, to get very strong in that. So totally forgot to put them on, but fat grips are, when you're doing anything arm wrestling specific like curls, I definitely recommend getting these and working with them 100%. Makes things way harder. Oh. All right, so I went ahead and just jumped straight to the 90s. I did a set of 70 before this, but I just didn't want to record it. Too much unneeded footage. But this is probably gonna be my heaviest set for these, and then I'm gonna do like one more drop set, and then we'll probably do a couple more movements after this for the arm wrestling. So here we go. Let's get it. Probably get a good 5 to 7 reps here. Now we're gonna do the most fun thing. Just kidding. It's probably one of the hardest things. In general, just like for anyone, we're gonna do weighted pull-ups, but they're not gonna be like any regular weighted pull-ups. It's weighted pull-ups, but specific for arm wrestling. So we're not going all the way down. We're keeping it here. So we're going over the bar, but we're stopping here. Because in arm wrestling, you want to be tight always here, like this. You never want to be out too much. If you're like this, you're already losing. It's always being tight. So our pull-ups are going to emulate the same thing. We're going to keep it tight to about here. You'll see. So first set's just going to be my weight, and you'll see what I mean. See how I'm going partially down to about 90. That's kind of what we're aiming for. So I had to move from that area because the damn weight was banging the front of the machine. So we got 25 pounds here, first set. We're gonna just shoot for a good 5 to 8 reps. Okay, here we go. Oh. Again, for anyone trying to get into arm wrestling, this is really good. These are all good movements you can incorporate into your training routine too. So don't gotta overcomplicate it. Very simple stuff, you know. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, that was nice. 5 to 8 reps. Let's get it. Oh. Oh. Could only get maybe a 4.5, 5, whatever that was. So this movement, it's very effective, and again, I gotta do it more. It's just annoying. It's the hardest movement personally for me to do. But for arm wrestling, I think it's a really, really killer thing to do, and just in general for pull-ups, weighted pull-ups, regular pull-ups. I mean, you can't beat it. Last set, we're going pretty heavy. 245s. Again, I'm like I weighed in myself yesterday because I was curious. I'm 175 right now. So this is what? Pretty much 100 pounds. So we're looking at, give or take, like 270, let's call it, 270-ish right here. Body weight with this weight. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. That's it. Okay, we're gonna do right after that, not much rest. We're just gonna do a quick drop set with a 45 pound and see how much we could get. As many reps, AMRAP, as many as we can. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, that's it for pull-ups. Oh my God. So last movement we're gonna do is called, it's a cupping, is what it's called in arm wrestling. It's pretty much training your fingers and hook to be strong and not break position. So what it is it's this tool called an Ultra Grip, and they come in different forms, but pretty much uh, it's I'll show you guys how it's done. But you put your thumb here, fingers here, and you do this, and this really works on finger containment for arm wrestling. Shout out to Matt Silva for giving me this as a gift. So that was 13 pounds, but that sure as hell did not feel like 13 pounds. So I'm not even going to tell you guys. It goes up to 70, but I think it's heavier than what it says. So I'll just keep it sets of 4, you know. Right now it's on 20 pounds, but feels more like probably 40. But yeah, if you guys want to get good at the containment in arm wrestling, get this really strong so people can't get out of that grip on the table. Ultra Grips, and they're really good. I also notice when I tend to do these, like not only are like the fingers getting worked, but all the tendons and ligaments in the wrist, in the inside wrist are getting worked, and this all is cracking and hurts because I don't do this movement as much as I should. But this is something I definitely have to start incorporating. Because the thing is, in arm wrestling, if you're here and you get your wrist cracked like this, you know, and your finger strength isn't there to contain that, and your wrist isn't strong enough, excuse me, you probably are in a losing position. I mean, some guys, you are. Some guys can hold you here like this, and it's called a flop wrist press. They can use side pressure and drag you, but that's really dangerous. And only a few people can do stuff like that, like Michael Todd and a couple others. Me personally, like when I get my wrist cracked like that, I don't like to fight it. I really don't. It just simply means I'm not strong enough. That's what it tells me. I got to get stronger. So this is really good to work on this. Oh, yeah, that pain is getting to me. All right, fellas. We're just gonna do one more set with the same weight and then one drop set. I'm not gonna film the drop set, but this is pretty much it. Typically, I would do one more exercise for the wrist with the dumbbell, for the wrist strength. But the gym is about to close in like 4 minutes, so I'm gonna hit this real quick, and I'll see you guys in the next video. After that, it'll be a back day and then a leg day. So, all right, peace out.